Hey guys, marriage is hard. Life is hard. Parenting is hard. Things are hard, but you don't have to stay stuck in the hard. And today, in this episode of Roommates to Soulmates, I'm going to share with you guys how to get your marriage unstuck. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Roommates to Soulmates. My name is Leah, certified marriage coach, and I'm going to be helping you get your marriage unstuck today. So, before I dive into what you need to do, I'm going to share a little bit of my own story. So, after having, well, let's go back to the very beginning. Um, After being married for 5 years, my husband and I were ready to start having kids. And so we had our first one, little Elijah, such a sweet baby. And what we found is that parenting was a lot more than what we anticipated. And adding a baby to the dynamic of our marriage just really changed things up. And it was really hard as a mom to try to figure out how to make it all work again. Like it was simple when it was just the two of us, and then adding a baby to the mix. I was just like trying to figure out, okay, the baby needs me, my husband needs me. I need to do all of these mom things and keep everything in order. I became a stay-at-home mom at that time, and it was just really hard. And we figured out too that some of the issues that were never really resolved in the first year of our marriage became very abrupt. And we realized that we needed to work through some things. And what I'm really thankful for is that we didn't just try to figure out on our own, because I think as a couple, when you're kind of in the middle of it all, it's really hard to see what's really going on. You just kind of see what's in front of your face and not really what's going on at a deeper level. So, what we did, we actually reached out to our pastor. He was actually a newly instated pastor at that time, but he offered to do some like marriage counseling, marriage coaching with us. So we went ahead and did that. And honestly, his insight and everything was like night and day for our marriage. Once we started implementing some of the things that he was talking to us about, once we kind of found out the core issue that was going on and we were able to talk through it, it was like the step that needed to happen, and our marriage just was on a whole new trajectory after that. And so, first thing is first, if you are feeling stuck, do not be afraid to ask for help. Someone else's new eyes and insight on what's going on might be the exact thing that you're missing um, to fix your marriage. But going on a little bit and kind of talking about the tactics on what you can do to start getting your marriage unstuck, I would say the very first thing is to realize that it's not just your spouse that's the problem. If you're kind of just waiting for them to change, like, oh, if they'll just stop doing this one thing, then everything will be so much better. If you have that kind of mindset, your marriage is never going to change. But if you start looking at yourself and thinking, okay, how am I actually contributing to the problems in my marriage? Because let's face it, we have no control over our spouse. We like to think that we do, but we really don't. What we do have control over is us. So when we take a look at what is going on with us and how we can change, not only is that going to cause a change in our marriage, but it's also going to potentially influence your spouse to want to do better too, and to start taking that step themselves and start analyzing, okay, what am I doing that's contributing to the marriage problems? So if you want to get your marriage unstuck, one, look at yourself and say, what am I doing to contribute to my marital problems? And two, don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, if you're feeling stuck in your marriage, if you're feeling just kind of that hopeless feeling, like you really want change, but you have no idea how to really get started, I have a few different resources for you. One, my husband and I created this resource called the Bliss Method. Inside the Bliss Method, it is our 5-step roadmap to getting your marriage back from feeling like roommates back to soulmates again. We know this work because this is all the elements that we learned ourselves to get our marriage from the feeling stuck to thriving and happy again. If you'd like to get this resource, I'll go ahead and leave a link for you in the description below. We also offer one-on-one marriage coaching. So if you need kind of that extra insight, like maybe I'm just missing something, then marriage coaching might be really helpful for you. And thirdly, we are in the works of creating a possible Christian marriage membership. In the membership, we're going to have all kinds of resources on how to have conversations that you won't typically have just on your own with your spouse. We'll have courses like on communication, conflict management, sex and intimacy. We actually already have that one done. It is fantastic. What are some of the other ones? Anyways, just a whole bunch of really awesome courses. We'll be bringing monthly guest speakers to speak on subjects like parenting, how to raise faithful kids in a secular culture, how to help deal with your finances, just like all the things that pertain to marriage, parenting, and life as a millennial. So if you would find value in that, we have a link for you to go ahead and sign up for when we go ahead and do our pre-launch. So I'll leave that in the description as well. And as always, I pray that your marriage will become a priority, that it won't be something that just gets put to the back burner, because your marriage is so valuable and it is the one thing that is meant to last for a lifetime. So don't put it on the back burner. Make sure to take action in your marriage today. And I will be praying for you. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.